A Toronto lawyer is taking the city to court over a speeding ticket officers issued to her while she was on her bicycle.
It was one of hundreds of tickets issued in blitzes in High Park during the pandemic. SCTV's John Woodward reports if she wins, the city could be backpedaling on many others.
Yeah, I got a ticket.
That was the last thing Saba Ahmed expected after dropping her kids off at daycare in High Park in July 2021. The Toronto police accused her of going 36 in a 20 zone on her bicycle. The ticket worth $125.
I thought that was profoundly unfair, unjust, and I couldn't even believe that there was a law about that.
For any of the hundreds of cyclists ticketed on the bottom of the hill in repeated blitzes, that might have been the end of it. But Ahmed is a lawyer. She took it further, filing a constitutional challenge in court that the posted speed limit of 20 for bicycles is too low and doesn't let them preserve momentum on the next uphill and risks a collision with other cyclists.
Oh, he went 24. I bought a speed gun, and everybody on a bike speeds down that hill because I'd say it's not reasonably possible not to.
She wrote in her application, complying with the law is not possible, and attempts to comply with it put cyclists in danger. Something a prosecutor wrote should be dismissed as the application is deficient in substance and in form.
On Friday, he stated in court that he was withdrawing his motion to dismiss. So the understanding is that the charter challenge is going to proceed.
It can be a challenge to balance the interests of all park users, including pedestrians, the many cyclists that use the park as well, and on top of all that, the drivers.
Some jurisdictions do vary road rules for cyclists. For example, the Idaho stop lets cyclists preserve momentum by treating a stop sign as a yield. Advocates have asked for similar accommodations in Toronto. People in the park say there needs to be a cyclist speed limit.
They do it very fast. I'm scared.
There should be speed limits for cyclists, but if you're not by law required to have a speedometer, it's hard to enforce.
I think you have to look back to Holland where everybody bikes, and they have their designated bike lanes, and they have the stops and everything. That would be perfect here.
But what that speed limit is may be up to the judge in Ahmed's case, and if her ticket is tossed, that could put the brakes on hundreds of others too. John Woodward, CTV News.